All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight. It is Sunday, June 5th, 2022. If you're here live, thank you for being here. Feel free to engage in the chat, and we'll get to your chat questions, comments, or concerns when we can. If you're watching this on the replay down the road, please stick around because you didn't miss much. This is evergreen content, so regardless of when you come across this live stream replay, there will still be tremendous value here. Before we get to tonight's show, we're going to get into it very, 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 very quickly because I've got my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady standing by live on the StreamYard backstage. We do want to spend a little bit of quiet time together before she heads back home tomorrow. So it isn't going to be too terribly long of a show, which is what I'm trying to say. I'm losing my verbiage because lots has transpired over the past few days, and we'll kind of talk about that, or we'll definitely talk about that as the show goes on. But before we get to that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. And let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. California Ford Outdoors is in the house. How you doing, sister? What's going on? Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. So we're just going to get right to it. I pretty much updated my community on what's going on. If you want to find out about what's going on, go to my other channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot is sharing the link to my other channel, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, every 7 minutes. Or you can just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. And check out my Walking with Purpose stream, episode number 307 I did earlier today. And for the first part of the show, I shared everything that's going on, and that'll get you all up to date. So I don't have to repeat myself here and sound like a broken record on this show. So check that out. Queen Helen Casey's in the house. Hey, Queen, welcome back. Welcome to Coach Eli, too, Uncensored Live Streams. You've been here before, right, Queen? Hey, Queen, this is my new Shure SM7B microphone. You like how it sounds, Queen? I've been really investing in the future of my business and my channels out here on YouTube. So hope you like it, Queen. Queen, thank you again for coming back on the front lines here. It's a great pleasure to have you back. And thank you again for your, just your loyalty, your unexpected loyalty for the last 3 years. And California Ford Outdoors, thank you again for handling everything on my previous live stream on my other channel in the most respectful, professional, mature ways. Thanks to the both of you. My lady, I love you both. And you've made me very happy, but more importantly, you've made my lady happy. That was really saddened at what happened earlier, and I'm glad it's now been resolved. So without further ado, and before she busts my door open here in my studio and whoops my you-know-what, let me bring my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady onto the show. Please welcome, ma'am, babe, whatever you want to call her, welcome her to the show. Big, huge round of applause for you, babe.
Thank you, my
Welcome.
love. And welcome to the ladies. Welcome, both of them. Thank you for being here.
Yes, baby. Yes. Is the chat updating properly on the TV screen in my bedroom?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Now, before we get to this show, and we're going to try to limit it to about an hour, hour and a half at the most. We're going to take a break, probably at the 35 or 40-minute mark, and then come back for another 30 minutes or so. Just want to mention, everyone, that we are on a little bit of a delay. That's the way I'm going to be doing things from the studio from here on out. In case something happens, my lady or I say something that we don't want to go out, or if anything else happens, we're going to be able to dump the delay, so it won't go out to you folks on YouTube Live or on the replay. And if that happens, it will show. If you're live, if that happens, it'll show live stream offline. I'm sure Queen knows how that works, and same with you, California Forward Outdoors. Just stick around. We'll be back, within a few minutes, or less, and leave off where we left off. And on the replay, YouTube will piece it together seamlessly. That will not be a problem. Before we get to it, babe, California Forward Outdoors says perfect topic of the night. Thank you for that, California Forward Outdoors. Queen Helen Casey says hi. California Forward Outdoors CFO says at work, Coach 3. Okay. I mean at work, Coach Eli, I'm eating. So sorry for the typo. No problem. No problem at all. Queen Helen Casey says, yes, it's good. And California Forward Outdoors, well, she was referring to the SM7B, babe. I think you're tired of me getting off on my Shure SM7B microphone, aren't you, baby?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a guy. I love my toys, baby. Anyway, you like your toys too, don't you, baby? I'm just kidding. I know. Yeah, I know. We're going to hear it on that one. But anyway, let's see. California Forward Outdoors says, you're welcome. No problem. Great to hear that. And California Forward Outdoors says, sister, hey. I think she's talking about you, babe.
Sister. Hey, yeah. Sister.
Hey, soul sister. I'm not going to do it, baby.
You ain't going to make me sing.
You want to try it out?
Nope.
Come on, babe. Do you know the lyrics?
Yeah.
Can you do just a couple lines real quick, just for shits and giggles?
Start it out.
Hey, soul sister.
Ain't that Mr. on the radio?
I'm going to give you a real round of applause for that one, baby. That was well done. Well done. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get right to it. Tonight, my lady and I are going to be discussing the importance of family and real friends. One more time. The topic of tonight's stream is my lady and I talk about the importance of family and real friends. Before we get to that, babe, I know you wanted to update our audience out here regarding some things that transpired on Friday and how it made you feel. Many people have been following your story, and you've been in progress over the last almost 9 months since you've known me of making an incredible transformation and breakthrough. And you've come a long way. And every now and then you hit some setbacks, and it kind of gets you down for a little bit, but then you just jump back on that horse and keep moving forward. So do you want to, share that story? You wanted to talk about it, didn't you, baby?
Well, yes, but I actually kind of want to go back to Wednesday and share the amazing time that I had on Wednesday at my niece's graduation. And that goes into our topic about family and how important it is to just cherish all these moments. And I just got to see the joy in my niece's eyes. And I got to share some really, really special moments between her and her parents, as far as, they asked every graduate to go out to the audience and give a rose to the one person that has encouraged them the most academically. And my niece walked right up to my brother, and I thought I was going to lose my shit. Pardon my French, but it was the most touching moment. And I'm so happy I was there for that. It was great. It was a great family moment.
Baby, you talked about the rose, right? I got to do something real quick, okay? There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. Remember that, baby? Name that tune. After one line, name that tune, baby.
Why are you putting me on the spot?
Baby. Baby, the song is called Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Oh my God, I almost had it. I literally was like right at that chorus in my head.
La da 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 da. There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remains.
Okay, that's enough.
God. A drug that's the high and... Okay.
I love you. That's enough. Save your voice.
La da 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 da. All right, enough of that, baby. I just had to throw that in. Listen, baby. People seem to think I'm an entertainer out here on YouTube. I'm a coach, but every now and then I have to throw a little entertainment in, right, baby? Tell me you got a big kick out of that.
I love it, but just give me a little heads up there. I didn't realize what you were doing, and so...
Baby, what would the fun be of that? If I give everyone a heads up of my next move, then I'm going to be predictable and boring. So come on, baby.
Well, then just give me some music I might know off the top of my head, love.
Okay. Anyway, fair enough, baby. Let's continue. So you were talking about
the Garth Brooks or Brooks and Dunn.
Blaming all of my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair, right? The last one to know, the last one to show. I was the last one you thought you'd see there, right? Okay. Anyway, let's roll with it, baby. Oh, Steve Winwood, you got to roll with it, baby. There's a song for everything, baby. Anyway, so you were talking about the graduation for your niece, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
It was her 8th grade graduation. She's going into high school. And it was just such a joyous family event. Okay. And, despite any issues that are going on in families, you need to not take it for granted. You need to rise above and realize family is probably one of the most important things you have in your life besides your job, because your job is your livelihood. But yeah, so you don't want to sever those ties. You don't want to miss out on things that you're going to regret. You don't want to be left out of photos and memories for, the next generations to come. You want to put your mark on the world as well with your family and make sure nobody forgets about you as well. And that's
you got to
really
leave
important.
your mark. Right. You got to leave a legend behind, right, baby?
Well, I mean, my niece's name, I'm not going to give it, but her middle name is named after my middle name. And I am her godmother. And so
wow,
I need to make the time to be there for this little girl. I mean, she's not a little girl. I mean, she's going to high school, but still, she's my little girl. And so it's very important to let bygones be bygones and just push forward and swallow your pride sometimes.
Right. But you haven't even discussed what really broke your heart and how you handled it in the most respectful, professional, and mature ways, just like your YouTube name, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Your daughter is very close to your niece. Like they're almost like sisters, right? Or sisters. We'll call them.
They look alike. They're almost like twins.
Let me make California Ford Outdoors proud and call her, they're like sisters, right?
Yeah, sisters.
Yeah, sisters with a Z. Sisters with a Z. Yeah. Yeah, and so your daughter was supposed to be there, and lo and behold, the inevitable happened. You expected this. Take it from there, baby.
Once she found out I was going to be there, she decided not to go, and she decided to make plans with my niece afterwards to take her out to celebrate her graduation, but basically made an excuse of like something came up and I couldn't get down there. I love you, but I will make time for you later. But
so basically that was a bunch of horse shit that she gave her, right?
Yes, only to protect her because there's no reason to hurt, my niece.
Well, she doesn't want her knowing the truth that she's treating you like shit right now.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, Um, it really just, bottom line, disappointed me to every core of my whole being. I did not raise my daughter to be like this. And I don't
Right.
know why she is acting in this nature, and it saddens me, and I love her so much, and I wish she would open up to me so I could help get to the bottom line.
All right. All right. We should be back live. We should be back live. If you're here watching on the replay, you saw splice. I had to dump the delay because my lady slipped and mentioned the name that she shouldn't have mentioned. We're just trying to protect her. And, the delay obviously is there for a reason. But there go the live viewers. They will be back in a second because the delay is starting. It'll be back in a second actually on the TV. Does it say live stream offline on the TV, babe?
It's just buffering. Oh,
And let
now
me
it
know when it.
says coming back, no issues. I'll explain.
Okay, so but now can you see me on the screen there again, moving and
Yep,
stuff? All
yep.
right, we're all good. So yeah, I just explained it. Now let's try and continue sharing the story without mentioning any more of those names there. All right,
Yes.
go ahead.
Anyways, to just sum it up, it was, bottom line, it was not about myself, my daughter, any other issues. That day was about my niece, her graduation, and everything she achieved. She got the superintendent award. She got the president's honor roll award. She, she's just an amazing little girl, and she wants to be an astronaut one day. And I support her.
She wants to work for NASA.
Yeah.
Real quick, baby, 1 second. Welcome to the show, Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now and forever. Hey, you've been around a lot lately, Rosie. How you doing,
Hey,
Rosie?
Rosie.
And real quick, baby, before you continue, Queen Helen Casey was saying earlier, I don't have very many memories of anything, and I am okay with it. California Fort Outdoors also says I have barely any memories, but it is all good though. Let's hold off on responding to those statements there once you get through this part of the story, and then we'll share our thoughts on how family can really affect someone's livelihood, even at an older age. It's affected you, and you're 47. So go ahead, baby. What else?
No, absolutely. And I understand what they're saying. It's because I have a lot of blocked memories myself of my
Right.
childhood.
Right.
Um, but that's why I want to make a difference for my niece and my nephew. And I want to make an impact in their life, let them know that their aunt is here and involved, and so that they do have memories. And so that when they are adults, you know, they have no problem saying, I'm going to call my aunt right now, and we're just going to have a conversation because I love her. And just creating those relationships. I missed out. I was a very selfish person at times, and I didn't connect to a lot of my family.
Why not? Let's stop right
My
there for a second.
aunts.
Before we get too far into it, let's dissect each part because this can more so help people. Why do you feel you were being so selfish when it came to your family? Was it because you just wanted to be accepted by some man that you could grow old with that would protect you and provide for you? Was that at the top of your list on top of your family, baby, all the time?
That could be an underlying thing, because a lot of it came to do with the fact that I had a family. I had
Okay.
children. I had a career I was working on. And I spent the time with my parents and my brothers, but I didn't make enough time for my aunts, uncles, and grandparents to take an hour out of my day to call them and just check in. And that's a huge regret of my own.
Okay.
Like, I didn't realize how fast life goes and that you can't take it for granted.
Right.
And, every day is a blessing. And so now I'm trying to turn my life around and do better for my niece and nephew and my other nieces with my other brother, just, make it a positive world for them and just let them know that family is very important.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, absolutely.
So now do you want to jump
Um,
till Friday?
should we get to that part or yeah, let's get to that part and then we can talk about what the ladies were mentioning in the chat regarding you know them not having many memories of anything, which is what Queen said, and I'm sure that's regarding her family. And same thing for California Ford Outdoors. And it really saddens me and breaks my heart to hear that because family should stick together. Family is everything, and it is because of my family and how they raised my brother and I, and how my aunt raised her daughter, my brother and I's cousin. Um, you know, which is why we turned out all right, and that's it's a very important thing. But yeah, go ahead and let's get to Friday. Actually,
So
after the event, you talked with your mother. I remember you telling me, and your mother was pretty infuriated with your daughter not being there, and so was your father, because your mother and father, they helped you when you were married with your ex husband, like you had mentioned in some of your past some of the past shows we've done. You mentioned that your mother and father would babysit a lot, and grandparents love to spoil the grandkids, and your parents pretty much have practically given your little girl everything, even up to this
with
very
love,
minute.
with love,
With
not just money. No, not money. With
no
love.
love, but lots of money too. Let's keep it real here.
No, no, I am going to keep it real. There's not been a lot of money, and I don't want any more problems being put out there. There's not been that much money. What my mother does is she pays for the lunches, she pays for the gas, she pays
Hmm.
for you know, other incidental things like that. But she's not doing anything different with Ashley than she's been doing with me. And I've already
Okay.
known, I've
Okay.
already said my daughter's name. We don't have to drop that.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
oh yeah, no,
So,
we've already said her name. But no, so
of
that's what I'm
course.
saying. Is like that's all I'm trying to say is that, they didn't just write her checks, and like she wasn't one of those like silver spoon fed kids that gets a bunch
Yeah,
of shit from grandma and grandpa.
I do
No,
understand. If I can step on in here for a second, Dave, I do understand that, like incidentals and stuff, right? I get that, but you have to understand if your parents or anyone is doing that for someone, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, let's say 10 times a year, right? You're looking at $100+ That's over $1,000, right? And probably it's more than that. It does add up. I understand it's
but
in little pieces here and there, but the most important thing is that
you're not
there.
understanding everything though.
Okay, go ahead.
Like the gas and incidentals is when the kids come up to their house. That's when they'll fill up their tank.
Okay, let's stop
Um,
right there. Hold on one second. I don't mean to be rude, but I have never, ever, ever um, had my family, and same with my brother. We've never, ever, ever had our parents send us money to drive over to their place. Now, granted, we've always lived close by, but that's ridiculous. At
they're not
27 years old,
sending money to drop by. It's when they do it unexpectedly
I
is when my
understand that.
parents will then go, "This was a great visit. We appreciate your visit. So we want to cover your gas because gas prices are ridiculous." So that's where it
but
comes in.
and listen, I'm not trying to be rude, babe, and I'm not trying to upset you, but this was happening long before this gas crisis that started about
Well,
3 to 4
but I
months
know
ago.
my mother has been paying for my gas most of the times I drive to her house. She always just slips me a bill and says, "This is for your gas to get home." And that is just what she's always done. And so, what she does for my daughter and my son is exactly what she's always done for me. There's nothing more, not any more spoiling than what she's already done to myself and my brothers.
Okay. But the
So, I
difference
do have to
also
go
is
on
that
defense.
the difference is with you, in my opinion, is that you're not taking that for granted. I and I'm not trying
Well,
to put words in your mouth, but I think your daughter is taking it for granted.
but when I was in my 20s and 30s, I did take it for granted. I knew I could call my mother at any time and get whatever I wanted out of her. But now, as I'm older, I'm realizing what was going on. She's a
Mhm.
mom and she just wants to help, and I was taking advantage. And
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore.
I understand that, baby, and with no disrespect, because you and I are so transparent, and we love each other. We're so transparent. That's why every now and then I'll come to you and say, God, you're used to just getting everything you want. You're a little spoiled and stuff. That just proves it right there. And I'm not trying to be mean. I think you know, a lot of families spoil the girls, and they don't spoil the guys because they know the guys, we're just going to figure that shit out on our own because we're guys, right? But when it comes to, and this is the problem nowadays, and we should do a show on this, but it just seems like families are spoiling women. And I could have more so seen that as proper before women were liberated, but now because women are liberated and they are expected, and women wanted to have the same rights as men, and they wanted to work. Why are we still spoiling women that have the same opportunities men have and can support themselves? Right? Does that make sense? I'm not trying to be mean to you or your daughter or anyone. I'm
No,
just saying
no, it
it.
doesn't make any sense because we
No,
don't have equality. Because I told you in the job I was working at, in the position I was making $5 less an hour than the previous ASM
correct,
who was
correct,
male. So
correct.
no, there is no equality in that. I might be
Right, but
able to
not.
do the same job, but I'm not getting paid the same money.
I agree. And real quick before we get to that story, babe, I understand you were screwed over, and many women have been screwed over in a similar situation. But there are also many women that are in high level executive positions making very, very good money. And there are women that, you know how to play the corporate system to not let these male chauvinistic managers get away with their BS, right? So, it all depends on the company and that particular woman. And some women are stronger than others. And the women that because I used to tell you before I met you, there were some women that were very hot, had great pictures and stuff, and I'd get on the phone with them and they'd say, "Hello, Eli. This is Ruth. Nice to meet you." I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you a dude?" I no disrespect. I mean, she was all woman, but she had a very rough masculine voice, and it's those
Yeah.
women that are surviving in the workforce and not being screwed over because in essence they are a woman that's basically converted all of her feminine energy to masculine energy. So this whole thing, I'm all for women's lib, like I've always said, but this whole thing has really, really, really shaken things up. And do you feel it is primarily because of women's lib that has affected your mother, you, and your daughter, 20 years apart? Do you think that's a huge part of it?
Until meeting you, I didn't really think it was. But now I'm seeing things a lot clearer. And
Okay.
I do think that it has a lot to do with the struggle um, that my mom went through, that then carried on into me, and then now is carrying on into mine. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just getting distracted. But let's move on to Friday because I want to move this forward. It's getting late.
Yeah. Hey, Queen, let me see here. There
Yeah, we need
is
some mods going.
well, hold on. Lala McDur. It's a newer account from earlier this year. Actually, earlier last year. That's what grandparents do. They spoil their grandkids. So what it is a beautiful thing. The relationship between child and parents is very different than the relationship between grandchildren and grandparents. And Lala McDirt says, Eli, I bet you're a hit at the family barbecue. Well, I'll be honest. I'm very usually pretty cool, calm, and collective at my family events. My family's dwindled down. My father passed away about 13 years ago. And then my father's parents, my grandparents, 15 to 20 years before that time. And, it's just my brother, my aunt, my
You're,
mother, and I. What's that, babe?
you're killing me.
Well, how am I killing you?
I want to move this along. You told me we're going to be done by 10:30, but we still need to take a break.
Baby, we're going to be a little longer. It's a great show. I'll make it up to you. I just don't want to cause a scene here. It's a really, really good show, and we're going to have
I know.
plenty of
So
time
can
together.
I get on to my Friday story so then we
Yeah,
can end it and
I
do
just
the break?
this is the thing, baby, right now that gives the people ammunition to come at us, and if that's fine. I don't care if they come at us, but this has been a really good show, and I just would appreciate it. Maybe you can just hang on a little bit more, and we'll get to our quiet time as soon as possible. Okay? I promise you that.
Yes, sir.
No, I don't need to be yes, sir, baby. I don't need that, okay? Eli, I bet you're hit the family barbecue. I'm not even going to answer that because I'm just not going to. It's okay. I tried to. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue with your story, Dave.
So Friday, I had a final interview with the place that I was interviewing with. I done a phone interview in person. Now this was the final interview. And I really felt very confident. I really felt I had it going into this third interview.
Okay.
And I gave myself plenty of time. I gave myself almost a full hour to get to a place that is literally 35 minutes away from my home.
Okay.
So when I left, I put it into my GPS. It had me arriving at 7:48. My interview was at 8 a.m. So I'm thinking everything is good. And I'm driving, and then I hear my GPS tell me there's an accident ahead. Literally going onto the on ramp of the freeway I need to go onto in
Hmm.
about 10 minutes in front of me.
Okay.
So, of course, that stopped traffic. I tried to call the office and it was all automated. They were not open, I guess. Um, and all it had was like, if you have an existing account, put your account number in. If not, start an existing account. And I was like, well, neither one of those apply to me. So I'm just going to keep trying to call back.
Hmm.
Well, I got there, and yes, I was 12 minutes late to this interview. I walked in, I immediately apologized. I said, I tried to call, and this gentleman was just so abruptly rude and was like, if you don't have um, the decency to appreciate my time, then how can I think that you're going to come to my business and, you'll be to work on time and you'll do this? And I'm like, sir, I literally can show you the accident that's right on my phone. It's still being cleared up. And he's
Yeah.
like, it's not relevant. He goes, you wasted my time. I said, I would be happy to wait around. If you have another opportunity later this afternoon, I will be here in this town and I won't leave. And he was like, nope, it's just not going to work. He goes, I wish you the best. He walked me to the door, slammed it in my face. And I've
Okay.
never, let me go on. I've never had an experience like that. Like, I've gone to interviews. I told you earlier, I had one with 10 other candidates at a hospital for 2 positions in specialized field. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
get that job, but at least I had an interview and I had the respect to sit down and plead my case.
Right.
This guy didn't even give me a chance. He just slammed the door in my face, and I've never had anybody be so rude and entitled. Like their time is all that. Like they don't care about the rest of the world that's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really taken aback, shook. Like the kids say, I was shook. And it was a hard pill for me to swallow because in 47 years, I've never dealt with anything like that. I've had many jobs, many interviews from the time I was in high school up to my career. And then, since then, but this was the most insane, asinine thing. And it was really like, it really defeated me a lot because I've been dealing with a lot of these men on YouTube that are acting just as asinine and ridiculous. And I just don't understand that. I've never dealt with men that have been like this, that
Well,
literally want to sit out here and call us all cackling hens and us emotional beings. Y'all are the biggest bitches out there. Literally.
yeah. Well, baby, may I jump in here for a second because I don't want to interrupt you, but you mind if I jump in?
Yeah.
Real quick, to quickly respond to Lala McDurd's Eli, I bet you're at the family barbecue. I was more thinking I was more thinking of your in-laws. Well, I'm not married, so I don't have any in-laws. But if you're talking about my girlfriend's parents, I've met her mom one time, and I'll be meeting the rest of her family at some point soon. There's just a lot going on between both of our families, and we haven't had really much time, or they haven't had much time to, get together with us. But it's going to happen down the road, and there's a lot of history with my lady's exes. And so it's taking them a while longer to trust anyone she brings around. I'm not saying I'm all that. I could be, I'm not saying I'm the best guy in the world, but I could be the best guy in the world. And it's because of her past history of men, that's holding them back from getting more involved, right, baby? It's just going to take a little more time, and that's okay, right? Not a big deal, right, baby?
Yep.
Before we continue.
Yep.
Okay. So,
No issue.
now as far as this job, um, and I talked with you about this, and I said, baby, that was wrong. And I'll share more about what I feel this guy did wrong. But you being late for any reason to an interview, whether it's traffic or not, that's going to affect you in any job. But even if that was the real reason why he didn't want to interview you or hire you, it still was not the right way to handle it. He was very disrespectful, very unprofessional, very immature. And you had told me this guy was a decent looking guy, good shape, probably around my age in his mid to late 40s. And he should know by now, right? Now, again, you were, 10 minutes late or so? You gave yourself an hour. Like, for me, whenever I interviewed for a job in the past, when I worked in the workforce, it's been a very long time. It's been over 15 years. But whenever I was going to go to an interview, especially if it was more than half an hour away, I would give myself pretty close to, I would take the drive time and multiply it pretty much by 2, and sometimes even longer depending on the area. You got to always fit in at least half an hour to 45 minutes of traffic.
Do you
Now,
know what
again,
the problem is there, baby? Sorry to interrupt. The
what's
problem
that?
is now we all rely on Google. So when I put Google in, it told me exactly when I was going to get there. And
I
it's very accurate unless 2 people crash on the way
Well,
there.
baby, here's the thing. That what Google doesn't take into consideration is something that hasn't happened that could happen once you're on the road. And that's what happened, right? So what I'm saying is that, and I'm not criticizing you or anyone. I'm just saying that I had to get better at this because, there were a few times early on in my career where I was a little bit late and it had affected me. And then I started getting to things on time. I get that I run late to some of my live streams, when I'm not bringing anyone on the show. And even though nobody's waiting the audience is waiting, but there's nobody on the panel, still I'm trying to get better at that. But when it would come to a job, in the workforce, I made every effort to not only get there on time, but get there early. There were many times, babe, where I got to an interview half an hour early and I was sitting in my car, twitching my thumbs, cranking up music, right? Chewing gum and all that. So I totally understand that. But despite that, it was a legitimate reason, and most reasonable hiring managers would have at least interviewed you and given you the chance and not been as harsh about it as this guy was. Again, I thought he was very unprofessional, very disrespectful, very immature. I mean, slamming the door on your face, saying that, if you're not going to value my time, I'm not going to value yours. Look, this is a professional business environment. This is not like two friends where one has run late multiple times. There's a difference between being friends with somebody, and I wouldn't even speak to my friends in that way, but I could more so understand that. When it comes to the professional environment, especially this guy, he's been with the company probably for a long time. He's probably making good money. He probably has family depending on his income. Why would he do something as stupid as this, where it would only take just one phone call from you to complain to human resources and he could possibly lose his job or get reprimanded, right? Does that make sense? Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
Well, we talked about it, but I don't think it's worth it. I really respect the thing that you say, that karma has no deadlines and it's gonna come back. It's
Okay.
gonna come back in tenfold at some point for his attitude, not just towards me, but probably towards a lot of other people. And he's gonna have to deal with it then. And I'm okay with that.
I agree, baby. And, in the end, people always get what they deserve. And how you treat others is how the world's going to treat you. That's just the way it goes. What you put out, baby, you get back, right? And it may not come back to them right away, but it will at some point. And whether you file a complaint or not, I think you should. I think you should do it, and I'll help you with it. It doesn't hurt. Maybe they'll do something, maybe they won't. But if you at least file a complaint, they're going to have to make him aware of it, and at least I think that would trigger him. And it's not that we're trying to intentionally trigger someone. It's like, it's not right what this guy did. And before we go to break here,
maybe he'll be woke to his attitude.
Right, we're almost at the 45. We're almost at the 45-minute mark. So let's just wrap up this thought here. Then we're going to take a quick break and come back and just talk about some friends and family things. Another 30 minutes, and then call it a night. But look, I think I know you're absolutely right regarding what you mentioned earlier. About the way some many grown-ass men behave today. I mentioned it before, and I'm going to continue mentioning it. Men are nowadays, many men are feeling very threatened by women because women have surpassed them. Women are getting college degrees at the rate of 2 to 1, when compared to men, right? So 2/3 of all degrees in college are coming from women. Women are, 30% of the breadwinners in the U.S. here. And while that's, still not half, and men are still, the breadwinners in 70% of the cases, for women to have become 30% of the breadwinners after being liberated 55 years ago, that's a pretty fucking staggering number, babe. Wouldn't you say that is a pretty big accomplishment for women? And I'm not saying this to suck up to women. I'm just stating the facts.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. It is a very astonishing number.
It's an astonishing number that's only going to keep going up because men continue to, not only, give up on themselves, right? They continue, the ones that don't continue to react and overreact to the strong, empowered women. And at some point, a lot of these guys that have been mistreating women in the workforce out of jealousy and insecurities and all that, they're going to get popped for discrimination. And here's the thing. In the state of California, not only can you sue the employer for discrimination, you can also sue the person directly as well, right? And so, when it comes to the case of your former boss, okay, and we're not going to go into detail on it. We will down the road, but there is going to be some action taken on your former company, and we haven't decided exactly what we're going to do. It's in the works, and we've got a plan, and we're just waiting for a certain date to come where we're going to be able to plea our case. But the bottom line is that I forgot what I was going to say. The bottom line is that these guys are going to end up paying the price. They're going to lose their job. The companies are going to have to pay out big time. The guys that create this hostile work environment and discriminatory environment, are also going to get sued, and they're going to lose their personal assets. And that's what this can cost you. Now, again, I think a lot of women that have been discriminated against in the same way that you continue to be discriminated against, right? I think what most women do is they get so intimidated by the guy that they just go and cry and they take no action. And what happens, one more thing before we go to the break, what happens when women like you don't take any action out of fear? What happens?
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
No, you just want the show to move on because you want me to come in bed with you, and I know you know the answer.
I'm literally falling asleep right now, so please, let's move on to the break.
These men get away with it. These men get away with doing it because women just give up on fighting it because they're fearing these men coming after them. And I'm saying I'm one that is going to help as many women fight through this. And if you're a man and you're being discriminated, I'll help you as well. But it's more so happening to women or people of a different ethnicity other than Caucasian. So we're gonna take a quick break here, baby. I'm gonna go and put you backstage and cue up some music, and I'll come get you in a minute or two. Just give me a second. So I'm gonna put you backstage. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, she's getting pretty tired. We wanted to do this show a little bit earlier, but it just based on what happened last night. Yesterday we were out late, and then I wasn't feeling too well. I mentioned all that on my Walking with Purpose stream on my other channel. Check it out if you'd like on my Coach Eli, Elias Melas channel. Nightbot sharing the link every 7 minutes. So let me just cue up some music real quick here, and then we can get to the break. Boop, 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 boop. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. That's 1. That's 2. Let me see if I have Queen Helen Casey's favorite song. I'm not sure if she's still around, but we're gonna play her favorite song right now. I just need one more. Boop, 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 boop. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away, or we're going to step away for a quick 8 or 9 minute break. And when we return, I can't even talk. When we return, we're going to share a few more examples of, the importance of family and friends, and also, what my lady and I have done to, choose our friends more wisely. We'll share more regarding that right after the break. So stick around. Stick around, round. We'll be right back.
walk like two out the door, then you have magic.
We're back. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. We got a hop, skip, and a jump here because my lady's getting tired. So let's just fade out and come back from the break a little bit early. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2 uncensored live streams. The future home of most, if not all, of my live streams. This channel is getting very, very close to being monetized. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. We are about 65% of the way to the watch time, and we should be getting monetized over the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks at the most. Once that happens, all of my Walking with Purpose live streams will move over here to this channel from my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. And then my main channel will be focused on creating the highest quality bite-sized content at 4K and 60 frames per second. We're also going to be doing some more YouTube shorts on there, and we will also be creating more members-only content, more exclusive content that will involve my lady and some other people. So you're not going to want to miss that. Stay tuned, and I'll update you folks as that happens. Also, this channel's name might change before we get monetized. It is not because I fear, it not getting monetized because of the uncensored name. It's because it may be time for a little bit of a rebrand on the live streaming channel. And if you have any ideas regarding what you would like the channel name to be changed to, please go in the description and email me at coacheli@coach.eliasmelas.com, and then we will take your ideas into consideration. Also, if you want to donate to help support this channel, since it's not monetized yet, you can do so in one of two ways. Nightbot sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can PayPal me at paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, it's $the real Coach Eli. You can make a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. All right, let's get right back to it. Queen Helen Casey is here, and I played your song, Queen, to welcome you back. Let's bring my lady back on to the StreamYard. Babe, welcome back. Are you there?
Hi there, babe. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, babe, I know you're getting super, super tired, so we're going to wrap this up in about 20 minutes or so. Tonight, we have been discussing the importance of family and real friends. And you kind of mentioned how important family is during the first part of the show. You went to an event, your niece's 8th grade graduation, I believe it was. And, your daughter that you've been having issues with for many, many, many years, that's very close with your niece. They're like sisters from another mother. Didn't show up because of, what she's apparently going through with you. But you didn't let that get to you. You still went, you showed up, you had a great time. Your mother and father were there. And, your brother and your sister-in-law was there. And you just had a great time and you made the best of it. Why? Because family's important, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And Lewis Fuller's in the house, and he says, good evening, Eli. Good evening, Lewis Fuller. Just gave you a like. And Queen Helen Casey says hi to Lewis Fuller. Lewis Fuller is here, baby. Say hello to Lewis.
Hey, Lewis.
Yeah. And so that is that. Now, let's talk about the importance of having real friends, and also what happens when you have, so to speak, friends or fair weather friends. How does that affect you, babe? How does that affect people? I can share my thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Well, honest to God, I can't say that I don't like that I actually have a true friend other than you and my mother. I believe everybody has been fair weathered, full of judgment, ready to turn at the drop of a hat. I don't feel that there's a lot of loyal people out there. So yeah, I'm very salty on that.
Yeah. And I totally understand how you feel regarding that. And I know you are super, super duper tired. I can tell we've had quite an action-packed last few days. And so I'm not going to drag this show on anymore. I know there's a lot more to talk about and a lot more we can share. But with that being said, babe, I'm going to ask you for your final thoughts, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts, and we're going to wrap up this show because I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to drag it on any further. You are exhausted, and you did make me aware of that earlier. But we really wanted to get a show out here, tonight because, we missed the one yesterday.
So final thoughts. Family is it has to be your most important thing in life. Your family will always be there. Friends, not so much. I mean, yes, we don't get to choose our family, but we can choose extended family. And if you find a person that's extended and loyal, great, but they're very rare. And just realize your family is probably going to be the most loyal to you with unconditional love, despite any mistakes you make. So just swallow your pride and make amends and spend time with your family because it is precious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. No, that's good to hear. That's good. That's really nice to hear. All right, baby, I'm going to go ahead and put you backstage, and then I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes or so. You can watch it on the TV if you'd like. I'm gonna make some comments here, and then we're just gonna wrap it up. How does that sound?
All right. Sounds good.
All right, baby. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Good night, all.
Good night. All right, that was my lady. Now, I want to take the last 10 to 15 minutes of this show, and I just want to make some statements here because people are very judgmental and critical on this platform. And, people on this platform, like I'll tell you honestly, folks, over the last 5 years, one of the struggles for me on this platform is just removing drama and just removing all negativity. When you're on a shared platform like YouTube, you're gonna get people that love your content. You're gonna get people that hate your content. I've had people on this platform that have been simulcasting me all the time, and I'm going to talk about it right now because I'm not upset about it. I do know I'm being currently simulcasted, and they have 3 times as many viewers on their stream as I do. And I gave you my blessing to do so, and I absolutely have no problems with that. But my question to you, folks, is this, is that we're not talking about you, and we're not creating any drama, and we're just sharing our truth. So what is the value of you folks conglomerating in a group that's rebroadcasting my stream to talk smack about me just because I blocked you because you're not here for the right reasons? I'm just curious, like, are you folks going to simulcast me every single day? I mean, I gave you my blessing. I'm not going to flag anybody. I'm just saying, where is the value in this? Because quite frankly, I don't care. My lady doesn't care. And nobody really cares, right? And the only reason why, there are even 20 people on a live stream simulcast of my stream is because there are people that have come across my channel that have hated upon me. I've blocked them. So now all these people conglomerate to try to get back at me and get back at my lady, and I just don't understand it. And like, it's funny to me that like people will sit there and they'll create other shows, and then when I go live, like I didn't even schedule this show. Right? And I just went live because my lady and I did it on the fly, and these people are waiting for me to go live. So what is the point? What is the point of this, right? I just don't understand it. When I can understand if I was talking about you folks. I'm not talking about any of you folks. Right now, I'm just addressing the fact that this is like unprovoked. Where is the value of simulcasting all my live streams? There are many people doing it, right? Not just the person that's doing it now, which I gave her my blessing. I did, ma'am. I gave you my blessing. But are you going to simulcast every single one of my streams for the rest of my life? And I mean, what value is it? And here's the thing. At some point, we're going to grow past this to the point of where if you guys still do this and have 20 people in the box, I mean, what's going to be the point of this? Right? I don't get it. I don't understand it, right? And look, I love my lady. My lady loves me. And are we perfect? No. Do we have our bickering every now and then? Sure. She's been through a lot. I've been through a lot. But at the end of the day, we talk things out, and we love each other, and we care for each other, right? Hang on just one second. I'm hearing things in the other room. Hold on just one second. All right, so we're back. We are back. Hey, Adelaide, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Adelaide's advice addict is Lewis Fuller's sister. So yeah, again, it's like, it doesn't matter whether I say something or not. And again, it doesn't bother me because I have 6 people here that truly are enjoying my content. If not, they would be on your simulcast, right? And that's fine, because I don't want drama people here, right? But all I'm saying is that where is the value? Where is the value? Hold on a second. I'm hearing my lady. Hold on just one second. Okay, I'll be there in a second, all right? I just told my lady I'll be there in a second. I had that unmuted. Everything is cool. My lady's also just not feeling well all of a sudden. And so I want to go and take care of her. This is the hard part about being a YouTuber. This is the hard part about doing this. You have so much to deal with people on YouTube. When you're working with someone like your lady that brings tremendous value to your shows, and she's got her stuff going on, and, we're both getting older, so we're going through some complications, and sometimes these things happen on the fly. And folks, I'm just sharing with you, it's not easy. It's not easy to do this. But I'm one that's a fighter. I don't quit on myself, and I don't quit on other people. And I'm going to continue moving forward to help as many people as possible get the best possible grips on their life that they can. Okay? And again, Lewis Fuller says, my guess is they are trying to get you to give them attention. I know they're trying to get my attention, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. I just put it out there because I'm just wondering, like, where is the value? How is it valuable for someone or people to keep rebroadcasting someone when we're not even talking about them? We're not even sharing anything negative or anything. We're just sharing our experiences and our life story to help people. And maybe that's fascinating to them, right? Maybe that's fascinating to this group of people, right? But here's where I'm gonna wrap up saying this. Again, like I said, no problem. You guys can leave the stream public. I'm not gonna flag you down. I'm not gonna flag anyone down. But the thing is this, these streams are done and then they're basically removed. Again, you don't have to remove it. I'm not going to flag anyone. I haven't even flagged anyone for guideline strikes, right? Right? I've moved on from that, right? But again, I think to a certain extent that this group of people, you're watching me right now, I think you actually like who I am. I think whether you're entertained by me, whether you believe in my content, or whether you think I'm a big piece of shit, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is you're watching me and you are interested in my story, right? Whether you feel it's a train wreck or not, that's not the point. You are watching me and you are interested in me and what I have to say and who I'm involved with. And I'll take that as a term of endearment, right? But again, at what point does the same thing get old? When people like myself and my lady and other people that are coming on my channel are not even talking about any drama or anything. I don't understand it, right? Maybe the reaction is what you want. Maybe you consider this a reaction, and that's totally fine. I'm just saying it really doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, my audience, I have 5 people here. Those are 5 people that truly enjoy my content. Okay? Soon I'll get another 5 and I'll have 10 in here of real people, then 20, then 40, slowly but surely, right? Right? But when people simulcast me, basically they're just taking an audience that's been trolling me, harassing me, and hating me for years and just wants to have a chat to talk shit about me. And that's pretty sad in my opinion. So we're going to wrap it up there. I want to thank you all for being here, folks. I'll be back tomorrow with 1 or 2 pieces of content, at least a Walking with Purpose stream. I'm going to go spend some quiet time with my lady. Thank you to Queen Helen Casey for being here. Thank you to Adelaide's Advice Addict for popping in. It's been a while. Appreciate it. Thank you to Lewis Fuller for being here, Adelaide's sister. And also thank you to California Forward Outdoors earlier. Also Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now and forever. Thank you to Information Man Show for being here. And thank you to California Forward Outdoors for being here. And thank you to CFO, California Forward Outdoors, and Queen Helen Casey for working out a minor disagreement over a political aspect, difference. I appreciate you ladies handling it respectfully, professionally, and maturely. With that being said, have yourselves a great night. See you all next time. And as always, whoa, I just popped my microphone. I think I'm still good. Be good to each other. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.